Good morning, friends. Well, actually, it's not morning, it's afternoon. We are doing lesson 14 in phonics. So let's get busy. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. All right. So Unit 2, Lesson 14. Our learning targets: I can read and act out plays. I can read tricky words. I can reread stories from Grand to build my reading fluency. Wiggle cards. Pinch the nose. Everybody, pinch your nose. Toss the stones. Toss the stones. Dig a hole. Stare at pal. Swim at a swim meet. Plant a seed. Take the cake. Rise and shine. All right, tricky words. We've got lots of tricky words on our board. We have because, tomorrow, were, could, have, their, word, your, yesterday, to, today, are, should, and how. All year long, we're going to learn some tricky words. Tricky words are words that do not play by the rules. And today, we're going to learn 2 tricky words. Our first tricky word. How would you pronounce this word by blending it? Yeah. You. It is pronounced you, as in you are in first grade. Now, if I could circle it, I would circle the letter Y because it is actually pronounced yeah, as you would probably expect. But I would underline the O and the U because that's the tricky part of the word. You would expect these letters to be pronounced but they're pronounced ooh. Now remember, when reading you, you have to remember to pronounce the letters O and U as ooh. And when writing you, you should try to remember to spell the ooh sound with the letters O and U. You. Next tricky word is your. Let's blend that word, your, yeah, or. Your popsicle is melting. Now, I would circle the Y if I could because it is pronounced yeah, as you would expect. And I would underline the letters O, U, and R because that's the tricky part of the word. You would probably expect these letters to be pronounced but they're pronounced or. So when reading your, you have to remember to pronounce the letters O, U, and R as or. And when reading your, you have to remember to spell the or with the letters O, U, and R. Your. All right, let's play baseball. I'm going to divide the class into 2 teams. Well, it's just me, so I'm going to be playing against myself. Woo! When you come to bat, you will read a word. If you get it right, your team gets a point. So I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. All right. Now, let before we begin, I am going to make my screen a little bigger here so you can see it. Notice I have a baseball diamond drawn back there by Miss Ray. Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to get right now. So, remember how this works is you get a point every time you say the word. It's not when they come in, okay? So, first word, of. So, I get to run to face. And that team gets a point. Next word, from. We're going to run from first to second base. They get a point. I run from second to third base. Who from third base to home. Great job. You know what? I think the other team needs to play too. So instead of playing to out, we'll just make it to the first home and then we're going to go back and do it. So team 2, what's this word? So. They get a point. Next word, all. They're running from first base to second base. They get a point. What is that word? If. They're running from second base to third base. They get a point again. Some. They're going from third base to home. So they have 4 points. Way to go, team 2. Let's go back to team 1. What's this word? Are. So they're running from to first base. Next word. Have. First base to second base. Next word. Were. Second base to third base. Next word, have. Third base to home. Way to go. We're up from 8 to 4. Let's go to team 2. Next word, were. Up to first base. Next word, a. First base to second base. Next word, 1. Second base to third base. 2. Third base to home. So they've gotten 8 points also. So we're up 8 to 8. Man, this is a close game. Next word, do for team 1. They're running to first base. Next word, no, running to second base. Next word, the, second to third. Said, third to home. Wow. We're up 12 to 8. Let's see if the other team can tie it up. The word is was. To first base. Next word. Once. First base to second base. Next word, win. Second base to third base. Next word, third base to home. Wow, we're tied 12-12. Next word, where. Up to first base. Next word, why. First base to second base. Next word, we. Second base to third base. Next word, what. Third base to home. We're at 15-12. Next word, which. Up to first base. Next word, here. First base to second base. Next word, there. Second base to third base. I might have said that. Next word, he. Third base to home. So we're at 15 all. Next word, she. Up to first base. Next word, be. To second base. Next word, says. Running to third base. Next word, me. Running home. So we're at 19-15. Next word, they. Running to first base. Next word, there. Running to second base. Next word, my. Running to third base. Next one, by. Running home. We have 4 more runs, so we are at 19-19. Next word, no. Running to first base. Next word, to. Running to second base. Next word, so. Running to third base. Next one, your. Running home. We are at 23-19. Let's see what happens. Next word, some. Running to first base. Next word, you. Running to second base. Oh, the end of the line. Game's over. And we are at 23-21. What a game. That was exhausting watching that game, wasn't it? Whew. All right. Now, let's see if we can settle down a little bit and let's read some. So I don't want to think you want to be that close to me. That was really up close personal there. So let's get a few stories here to read. Let's see. I chose the bug glass. So I'm going to read it and you guys can follow along with me. The bug glass. Gran, Jen says, Josh is mad at me. Why is he mad? Gran asked. I broke his bug glass. What is a bug glass? A bug glass is something that lets him see bugs and ants up close. Look, she's so sad, isn't she? Grandma's trying to take care of her. Gran checks the bug glass. It is not so bad, she says. We can fix it with some tape. Josh will still be mad, Jen says. We can make him a snack. Snacks always work, don't they? Says Gran. And we can make the ants a snack as well. Gran hands Jen some chips and grapes. Here, she says. Set those on that big stone in back. There's Jen setting the chips and the grapes on the stone. Gran yells, snack time! Josh runs in and grabs a snack. Gran lets him munch on it. Then she says, Jen, take Josh to the stone. Jen grabs Josh by the hand and takes him to the stone. He sees his bug glass. Then he sees a bunch of ants. He picks up the glass and stares at the ants. Josh smiles. The ants like those chips, he says. He hands Jen the glass. Here, he says, take a peek. And they're looking together at the ants eating the chips and the grapes. This story is let's see what lesson this one is. This one's about the tape deck because it's missing the title. It's called The Tape. The Tape. Gran, Jen asked, what is that? This is a tape deck, Gran says, and in it is a tape with some songs by my Gran. On the tape, Gran sings a jazz song. At the end, she sings, pip, pip, ding-a-ling-a-ling. I like those notes she sings at the end, says Jen. So do I, says Gran. And they're listening to the tape on the tape player. Gran says, Jen, we could act like we're in the band and sing the song. Okay, says Gran. Run and get a dress, and I will grab those shades I like. Gran and Jen dress up, and then they sing the song. At the end, they sing, pip, pip, ting-a-ling-a-ling. And there they are singing and dancing. Let's read another one, because we've got time. Fuzz and Mel. The kids are in bed, but they cannot sleep. Gran, Josh yells. Gran peeks in and asks, what is it? We cannot sleep, says Josh. We cannot sleep. Tell us a tale, says Jen. Okay, says Gran. This is the tale of Fuzz and Mel. There they are in bed. Once there were two cats named Fuzz and Mel. Fuzz was a cute cat who did his best to be safe at all times. Mel was a brave cat who had a fast plane. Fuzz, Mel said, we can take a ride in my plane. Fuzz said, well, the thing is, I like to be safe, and I am not. It is safe, Mel said. Jump in. The plane went up, up, up. A duck came up next to the plane. What a swell duck, said Fuzz, and what a swell plane ride. Why was I so scared of a plane ride? Just then, Mel made the plane zip from side to side. Fuzz did not like that. It did not feel safe to him. Then Mel made the plane dive. Zzz, went the plane as it dove. Stop, said Fuzz as he held onto the side of the plane. Not safe, not safe. Mel set the plane back on the land. Fuzz felt sick. He had the shakes. Ugh, he said, that's the last time I ride in a plane with Mel. All right. So let's stop that. All right, so our learning targets today. I can read and act out phrases. I can read tricky words, and I can reread stories from Grand to build my reading fluency. All right, guys, that is the end of our phonics lesson today. Hope you enjoyed, and you all have a great evening. Bye.